The coronavirus is the latest excuse politicians are using to remove your privacy and rights. Even before the coronavirus got out in the wild in Wuhan, China, Chinese government had facial recognition of its citizen and was already treating its country like a giant prison, tracking, tracing, fining and imprisoning Chinese citizens from everything related to political views, opinions, restricting access and taking fines directly out of bank accounts to enforce communist regime ideals. This is the position the Chinese government has taken against its people. Huawei 5G has enabled the Communist Party to spy, find, control and jail whomever it wished, whenever it wanted and touted this as a model for the rest of the world. At the outset of the coronavirus drive, Li discovered the coronavirus in a patient at Chinese hospital, and sounded the alarm. Dr. Li himself contracted coronavirus from a patient and Chinese police quickly interrogated drive. Li enforced him to sign a statement contrary to his findings renouncing a coronavirus outbreak. Dr. Li later died leaving behind a wife and son. The actions of the Chinese government are to blame, for if the world knew the truth sooner, many deaths could have been avoided. The Communist Party shows no remorse and admits no wrongdoing. As 5G roll out around the world, the surveillance grid developed on China and carried on by Huawei seeks to spy on and attack the privacy and civil liberty around the world wherever it is allowed to spread. President Trump was right to stop Huawei from doing the same to the United States. The globalists continue to use coronavirus to deny your right to privacy, free movement, and anonymous transactions under the guise of health and safety. Ladies and gentlemen, few viruses can transfer from animal to humans. This virus has all the earmarks of a bioweapon erupting from a level 4 research facility. In Wuhan, China, improperly contained. Already drive. Fuchi has discussed using apps to spy on citizens in whom they interact with. The government is quickly implementing their own version of a surveillance grid upon the American people. The coronavirus is simply an excuse to enslave the masses with fear and surveillance. It's no coincidence that on average every few years a major event is used as an excuse to erode even more of your freedom and privacy under the guise of safety. The coronavirus smoke screen pandemic is nothing more than another power grab. The very notion that hospitals have a priority to purchase masks while you, the general public, are not allowed to buy them is laughable in a capitalist economy. In fact, the more people buy or make their own masks, the fewer people will contract coronavirus, as water droplets are the main transmission source. Even now, politicians are trying to pass a bill to break encryption, removing anonymity from communication altogether. What little journalistic integrity remains will be in danger as the only voices allowed to speak freely without recourse are the corporate-owned media puppets spewing whitewash garbage. All this is happening on an election year and a U.S. Census year, which isn't a coincidence at all. If you believe that simply because the federal government is dispersing stimulus checks that all is well, you're sadly mistaken. Nothing is free and any disbursements now become bloated taxes later. One administration after another bows to the banking cartel and eugenics agenda. Wear a mask, remain anonymous, promote anonymous solutions, and support anonymous technology. Privacy is an unalienable right we cannot and will not give up. Lessen your dependence on government and congested cities because those are the engine that promote the New World Order. Your agenda is to spread freedom to slaves who don't know better. Remember, if government gives you everything you need, they will take away everything you have. Live free or die.